Hi everyone and welcome back to this channel. I realized last time that I didn't even introduce myself with my name, so yeah, I'm Maurice and I'm glad you're here. Today we're gonna do like something relatively quick in comparison to the last video. So in the last video we implemented the echo command, and the echo command basically prints out the arguments. Um, And what we want to do is like to implement a system test for that command, because I realized in the last video that the syscall interface is kind of very messy. Not the interface itself, but more the validation, and I want to redo that. And in order to see easily that everything works, we're gonna implement a system test for the echo command. So let's get started by checking out a branch. Let's say system test for echo command. It's more echo program. Yep. Let's open my terminal emulator first. And yeah, basically, let's show you the system tests. Um, I don't use external dependencies for the OS itself, but for a test, I'm fine with that. So we're using here next test and Tokyo. It's basically Rust integration tests, and they spawn a QEMU instance for each of these tests. So if we look into the system test basics, I have this QEMU instance where you can start. You can pass some options with it, and then you can interact it and say like, yeah, let's run a program and wait for this test, this text. Here, run program, and then get the output. So the question is, will we put that to the basics file, or will it get like an own file? I feel like, yeah, let's do an own file, mod echo. Oh, this is the program itself. This is what we want, and let's copy, you know, this template because it seems like around the same thing what we want to do. And if we just execute the program, we should just get a new line, and we can test that. Yep, the do I don't see it. Huh, is it? Why isn't it executed? We have the lib here, we have the tests, and we have here the echo. Why does my autocompletion not work? Let's restart the LSP. It exited. Um, and save that file for sure. Oh, I feel like this is just my editor. They updated something and I don't see the LSP messages down here again. I like to see them, so I'm gonna quickly add that. I think it was progress messages. Reload config. we will see that somehow this file is not really recognized. Let's see if so okay, I get the messages, and yeah, because like some imports are missing, because it doesn't know why am I blind, like I'm importing the echo module. What are the other modules like? Are they doing something? It should be fine. We just need this. And now we get the echo command. Okay, something was off. I don't really know what, but anyways. And if we assert like a different output, we should get a test fail. Exactly. It says we expected the right thing, but we only got that. So, nice. Um, and this is basically what we gonna do here. I think the run program will just put the yeah, put the whole command to the shell, so we can do, and we expect this. And also if we put like some spaces in there, it should not affect the output. This was actually a bug which I discovered later. So in the last video, when I was parsing the commands, yeah, I forgot to filter for like empty arguments, because basically the split command was like splitting all the single spaces. So I had to filter them out, otherwise you would get this spaces in between as well as output, but that's not how the normal echo command behaves. So this should be fine. And let's see if it works. Not really. Okay, so we get a space after the last command. I guess it expects me to do that because our echo command is just printing out, oh yeah, a space. But I think that's not what we want here, right? The real echo command also doesn't print out a space, I think. No, just prints out a new line at the end. So okay, so that's why we do system tests. Basically, we just verified that our program was wrong, and we should only print the last space if we're not at the last argument. And I will do that relatively simple. If the index is smaller than args -1, do this, no, with a space, and otherwise just print it out without the space. What am I doing here? Okay, let's see if that works now. Nice. Okay, perfect. So let's commit that, I guess, in two different commits because yeah, it's like the one thing is we're doing the test, the one thing is we're fixing the echo program. Echo don't print space of the last argument. System tests add test for echo program. I don't need like much more description. I know normally you should, but actually I'm kind of a little bit lazy sometimes. No, actually, don't be lazy. I want to learn to like get better at my commit messages. So let's rewrite them. Um, the echo program should not print a space after the last argument. Check if we're at the last argument and omit the space at the end. Um, create a new test which checks that the echo program behaves as it should. This test has uncovered that the echo program was previously printing a space at the end of the last argument. I mean, I feel like a more elegant solution would be to just remove the space at the end, because we're doing this in our shell where we, like if we get the backspace, is it, or it's here in the parse command, no, get read line. So because yeah, if we get the delete command, we need to do this thingy, which is 8 is the backspace character, and then we print a space, and then we doing the backspace character again. So basically we're deleting the output. And actually I feel like this is more nice if we do the same. So we're printing that, and then after that we want to, actually we can put it here. We want to remove the last space. But we already printed the last space, so we cannot erase it, because what this was is doing is just like it. I think we can, if we just do let's see if the system tests, oopsie, still work. Nope. Okay. Yeah, then never mind. I thought this would be like a more elegant solution, because I feel like code looks nicer if we don't have any if statements. Like the solution would have been like more nice, but that's okay. That's really okay. So yeah, let's leave it like that. That's good for me. So push that to GitHub, create a merge request, see if the checks are passing, and then we're gonna merge this thing. So create pull request. Doesn't need a description very much. It's like the title is kind of descriptive. Quickly look at our changes, but we didn't do much. And then we quickly do and look at the CI. So I already talked kind of about the CI last time. I can give you a little bit more insight to that. So because it's interesting, I need a bunch of tools to run the CI. I need, for example, QEMU. I need a bin utils. I need curl to install Rust up because the GitHub Actions work like that they spawn a virtual machine for every task you're doing, and it just has Ubuntu on it, and you have to install all the stuff you need yourself. And I didn't like that very much because first, it takes some time until these things are installed, and second, it's like just a waste of bandwidth. So I found this cool extension, which is called Cache. And basically what it does is you can specify like a key of some files, like I included all the files which would affect this cache. So basically all the things I'm installing in this setup script. And it checks if it already has this cache and then just uses the cache and restores it. And if not, it will get a list of all the files that are currently installed, then execute a script, then do a diff on all the files which are like newly added and keep them in the cache. And I excluded all the directories which I don't need. And this is very neat because if we look at the checks, like they finish in around, like 20 seconds. And they're basically, the prepared job is checking if we have this cache key. Yes, we got it. Then we restore the cache, and that's it. And this took like 12 seconds in comparison to the 1 or 2 minutes for the installation directly. I kind of like the GitLab approach a little bit more because in GitLab you can, like, everything is running in a Docker container and you can kind of build the Docker container already before, so you have everything inside that. I tried to use that here because you can also specify Docker containers, but I wanted to build them inside the pipeline, and if nothing has changed, it should have built very quickly. But it was not as convenient, and I run into kind of limitations of GitHub Actions. So I was trying this approach, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So all our tests completed, and we're fine. So I guess this was it. In comparison to the last video, it's like shorter. Um, Let me know what you um, enjoy more. I guess the next thing would be to refactor the syscall validation interface, like I said. Um, but maybe I will do something in the meantime. So thanks for watching. Have a great day and goodbye.